Hi, it's Kassy with Kassy's Parlor. I'm excited to bring you a project made with Little Birdie products today. I have a package here with a bunch of mixed media things in it. The first one was gray modeling paste and gesso, and the second was the white gesso. And then I have some very pretty flowers and chipboard. There's some antique gold metallic wax and some twine and cord. This really cool Chevron stencil and the burlap board that I'm going to build my project on top of. I also had a couple of pieces of cardboard in there that I thought I would use to embellish my project. So I am starting with the white gesso, and I am going to put that all over, well, not all over, but on a good portion of my background, and I wanted to use the brush so that it would give me some cool brush strokes in it. Next, I'm using that gray modeling paste and gesso through the stencil, and I'm just adding some chevron patterns here and there. I did the pattern going two different ways just to add some interest. And then I have some turquoise spray here that I'm spraying those chipboard pieces just to add a little different color into the mix. I put some of the white gesso on the back of that piece of cardboard that I had torn off, and we're going to use that in our project. I have a couple different colors of brown spray and then some of the copper acrylic paint that I'm splattering and just adding some different colors to the background and then putting a little bit more on that cardboard piece. So really, when I'm working on stuff like this, I go from the background to pieces to, just kind of working all of the little bits together and individually, and then putting it all together at the end. So I added some splatter there, and then just kind of deciding what's going to go where, and then now I'm adding a little bit of that antique gold wax paste. Really awesome stuff. Very, very shiny and got a lovely metallic sheen to it. I did end up using a brush at the end to get in the cracks and some of the details there. And then it was a little bit too shiny for me. For this piece, I really wanted it to be kind of a little more distressed. So I added a little bit of gray soft body acrylic paint with my finger, just watered down just to grunge it up a little bit more. And then I'm putting that gray on all of the pieces that I'm working with just to make it more cohesive, and so everything works together and has just a little bit of grunge to it, and that gray is a really nice pretty gray. So now I'm starting to put pieces together and deciding the placement of them and deciding where they're going to sit on the page and next to each other. And then I'm using some really heavy body gel, making sure that you're using gel because it does dry clear, and make sure it's a nice heavy body gel because that's really going to give you the security that you need to make sure that it's not going anywhere once it's dry, especially when you're working with a bunch of different surfaces or on different surfaces and different textures and things like that. It really helps to have something strong. So I added a little bit of tulle there in the background. Really, that just adds another type of texture, another something else for your eye to look at, right? Because you really want your eye to move around this whole piece and see all of the pretty layers and textures and colors and all of that. And that's what really makes pieces like this interesting, is having a lot of those layers and different things going on that really work nicely together that maybe you wouldn't expect. So I'm of course adding some of these flowers. These flowers just really help to give it a pop of color and a little bit of brightness and cheerfulness, and just add a little bit extra personality to this project. I really also like those green ferns that I'm putting down now. Just again adds a little bit different color into the mix and helps lead your eye around the focal point and around the whole piece, and really works well. So then finally I was adding a few metal pieces and then just using a little bit more of that wax to sort of embellish some of the edges. And there's my final project. You can see all of the detail and texture and layers. Look at all of those layers. I really love working on pieces like this. And they're quite fun, and you never really know what you're going to end up with. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this project and found some inspiration. Please consider subscribing to my channel and hitting the bell so you don't miss future videos. And please also share this with your friends so that they can get some crafty inspiration as well. Thanks so much and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.